Welcome to Industry Pulse with the ZimHipHop Awards nominated controller, media personality Dennis, and Twitter user Josh. Oh, and me, ZimHipHop.
ZimHipHop nominated.
ZimHipHop nominated journalist.
Yeah. So me and Dennis are the only ones who've never been nominated, huh?
Yeah, man. I don't know what's happening. You're not out there.
Because I was nominated.
This nigga.
Yeah, because you didn't get a nomination, bro.
Next year, Dennis. It's gonna be you and me.
Don't want to get next year.
Next year it's gonna be me and you.
But you don't want to be the music guy, so.
I'm not a music guy, man.
You're not a music guy.
I'm just a super fan.
Yeah. All right. So to start us off, we've got Dennis with My Digital Demon.
So My Digital Demon is basically going to be a segment where we go through social media and what's been hot over that period, because we're going to be doing this like once a month, maybe twice. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what the segment is about. And the first one was Voltz went on his Instagram and did question and answer. So part of his answer, one of the questions that he was asked was, who's your role model? I'm going to skip everything else and get to the point where he said Holyten's work ethic, because he said he has a lot of them. So he said Holyten's work ethic, bro probably records every day, very good artist, but very terrible human being.
Oh wow. Was this that like Instagram live?
How do you guys feel about Holyten?
Was this on a live or what? What was
No,
going
it
on?
was that, you know, that question
and answer on Instagram.
Oh, that Instagram stories thing when you're like options and things like that.
my game in my host, but Instagram.
Yeah.
I give him my whole.
Well,
how do you guys feel about Holyten?
well, I don't know him personally.
Great artist. Great
Great
artist.
artist, definitely.
Do you guys also feel terrible human being?
Yeah.
He gives off the vibes.
What?
I can't say for certain, but
what is
because
it
I don't
about
know
him?
him.
Yeah.
Because this sounds like people who just don't like ZimHipHop. Because what about him is bad vibes?
I was still talking about.
Look, I don't know about you or me, but for me, I don't mix politics in art.
At all.
At all, I don't. I separate
So
art
you think
from politics.
no, but when we're talking about
everybody,
Holyten,
like for real.
but I don't think in this context, Voltz was necessarily talking about Holyten in that side of it.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, when Holyten is the kind of person who, if you just see him, most people are going to think he's an asshole.
I don't know why though.
And sometimes you can't explain it, but it is what it is.
I want to get through this because I don't know how much time we have left. But Sana, Begotten Son, top 10 dead or alive Zim lyricists, my list: Kingpin, Junior Brown, Cynic, Tanganyika aka Nota, 10 Diamond, Ray Kaz, Holyten, Karma Munetsi, and K-Flow.
K-Flow, you already know, bro. I'm from Gary. It should be easy big for me.
Very boy.
It should be easy big for me. Exactly.
I don't know. Is there anyone that you thought was missing from that list?
Well, I think there are people who I would think would make the list of best lyricists. Yeah. But I also understand why Begotten would provide that.
It makes sense.
Noble Styles is not a lyricist. No, he's not a lyricist.
As a lyricist.
Should be there.
But that's what I'm saying.
Malcolm is underground.
Yeah.
Bro. Like,
I mean,
based
but
on
he's a lyricist.
But he makes great music.
Yeah, he does. But what I'm saying
is,
if you look at it from the perspective of Begotten Son and the generation he's come from and things like that. He's also admitted himself that he doesn't listen to like a lot of these other cats. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's why you see like he's got a nominee, the 10s and whatever, because that's his generation. So I understand why that needs to be that way.
Holyten is the only one of the top 3 hip hop acts now who made it to that list. I just thought it was important to mention that.
And also like Holyten goes hard.
He's not gonna pay you, bro.
He's not.
I need to get plugged.
He probably doesn't even like you.
Yeah,
busy.
probably.
Nah, me and Oli are boys. We're boys. That's my guy.
That explains a lot.
No,
makes sense.
No, I mean we've.
He's your guy.
Just Twitter.
It makes sense.
Conversation.
No,
but also to be fair, if you're keeping it really honest, to be honest, he's also a really dope lyricist when he's in the mood.
Not when he's all about South. Come on.
Yeah. But he's got proper like lyrical tunes. Like even if you listen to like even Delilah. Like there's like one or two things that he says there that are really, really clever. So I understand why you make it like a list like that.
Okay, coming up next is the 60-second review, and that's by me. So we're talking Takura's latest album, King of Hearts, which I thought it would come with a bit of rap, but yeah, obviously King of Hearts is R&B, and I mean it's a good album, well crafted. Potential for radio hits is Azure Rudandina Waifila, and maybe Venezia because of the Jawbreaker feature.
Nightmares.
Nightmares. 60 seconds. So that album, fire album. I think really well polished.
Yeah.
But I have a hot take about Takura. I think Takura peaked already.
No, he did, but also
he's such an incredible artist. But I don't think he is like, it didn't surprise me that he was giving me the project that he was giving me.
At what point do you think he peaked? Like, what would you say is the very best of Sakura? What was that point?
Remember the Afrobeats album, the one that had
someone had to do it. Is that no? That was the one after that.
No, that was the one after.
I think like that was the period where we were all like, yo, Takura. And now it's a little bit more.
But he has like one of the best albums out this year, so
he does.
How
like,
can you really say
noise about it? It's good, but critically acclaimed.
But his recent album is great, though.
Yeah,
it's incredible.
It's incredible.
It's incredible.
But what Dennis is trying to ask
people
is
saying, Takura fell off because of that album.
Okay, let me. What
He didn't fall off. But what I'm saying is Takura,
he's made better music than he has now.
But then I expected him to rap.
I don't even know if that's exactly what I'm saying.
I think
I don't think this album will do
as well
anything for him. I don't think it's going to.
Well, we don't like R&B like that. That's
exactly.
The truth is, we don't like R&B like that. So
on this album, because he wants to play someone on Instagram, I'm dropping a trap album, chi. So then I expected him to rap on this album.
But what he said about trap is, I will make trap when you guys are ready.
Now it feels like
but we support trap music.
Was doing
you don't
to get famous.
What do you mean you don't?
Because if you look at his trap hits and you compare with the music that he brought out last year, the singles he dropped last year, which were a bit of a mix with R&B and Afro beats, those singles went platinum compared to when he raps.
Yeah,
well, agreed.
So are you saying Takura used hip hop to get famous, then he starts doing
I am saying that. No.
We want to know what he's doing rapping, bro, because he used hip hop.
No, but you know what? Let me tell you.
Hip hop is a culture, you know that. Hip hop is a culture.
Both hip hop Takura and R&B Takura are top 5.
Definitely. You know what I think the thing with Takura is?
It's also we don't talk about Takura. We don't talk about
Yellow card for controller, bro.
Yeah, so you're not allowed.
Anyway, so we're cutting you out. You're gonna sit back and you're gonna be quiet for a bit. So now, my point with Takura, I think it's this. Takura realized what the Z markets demands more of in terms of music. Yeah. The kind of music that's going to get more people to listen 100%. To it. It's your marijuanas and that kind of music. 100%. So it's just plateaued more into that bag. But what I wish he could do is the same thing that, unfortunately your favorite does. Is he makes all of these, street tunes that are going to be playing everywhere. And then he puts like 2 or 3 rap tracks on the same body of work.
Yeah.
Takura doesn't have none of that anymore.
Yeah.
Takura is not as booked as Bling4 is right now. And I don't think that this album is going to change that. And that's the point that I'm trying to make. I think Takura might have gotten to a point where he got really high. And now it's just like more and more stuff coming out, but like with not as much impact as it used to.
I'm saying notice artists right now in ZimHipHop. In level 1, we have Holyten. Level 1 is number 1, Holyten. Yeah. Go to level 2, we have Saintfloew and Voltz JT. That's level 2. Level 3, we have Bling4, Bagga, K-Flow. That's level 3. In level 4, we have Arab Pills, Michael Maids, Young Gemini, and Pro Beats, feel me? Pro beat.
Shout out my nigga Pro.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, fair. React. So first of all, I don't know if this is affirmative action or why you felt the need to have. Shout out Young Gemini. She's had a big year. She's done
definitely.
Yeah, she really has.
Definitely,
but
man.
she's not a top.
She's not a top 10
ahead of
artist. Yeah,
Dinner
no.
Woods, bro.
Yeah, no.
So,
She
like,
is.
No, she's
No,
not.
she's not.
Yeah, I
She's not.
know.
That's my first
We
issue.
top 10 then why is it?
Wait. That's my first issue. My second issue is, I would say that right now, where we are, I don't know if you can have K-Flow ahead of Michael Mags.
I think
don't
We
know.
can.
I don't know
I
if
think you can.
No,
I
but
think
you
you can.
I don't
why?
know, but
No, I think
No,
you can.
wait.
I think you can.
Let's pause for a bit.
Who
Yeah,
has?
let's-
Why? Okay, wait.
Let me
First
explain
of all, before we go forward,
Yeah.
we have to deal with this nigga's issue of saying Young Gemini is a top 10 artist in this country right now.
Affirmative action.
And you're not gonna
Affirmative action.
Shout out Young
and you know what?
Gemini. Shout
In
out.
as much as we were talking about, Takura doesn't rap anymore and whatever, Takura is still a top 10 artist in this country.
Nah.
But he's not a top 10 in his ZimHipHop.
Yeah.
But he is a ZimHipHop.
No, he's not a top 10 in
right
ZimHipHop.
now.
He's
2023.
R&B, bro.
No, guys.
Wait.
Let me
King
tell you.
of Hearts was
Right now.
R&B.
No, I didn't say King of Hearts is an hip hop album, right?
All right.
No, don't say I
So
say
when
that.
last did you do hip-hop?
Takura, even if he last did it
Takura.
3 years ago, but Takura is still a top 10 ZimHipHop artist in this country right now.
yeah.
If you have a ZimHipop,
brother.
if you have a ZimHipop concert today, strictly ZimHipop,
Yeah.
and you and a
Okay.
person comes to you and tells you,
Hey,
I want 10
yellow
ZimHipop
card
artists
for
in
this
this
nigga,
country.
brother.
Yellow card.
Yellow
You're
card.
not gonna
for
put
this
Takura on that
nigga,
list.
No.
This
Yellow
brother
card.
is talking
Yellow
trash.
card. Yellow card.
Quiet, my brother. You're talking trash.
I'm quiet.
Yeah.
Takura is definitely like a big artist in this country. There's no
Yeah,
denying
definitely.
that. But he's not a top hip hop act anymore. In fact, if I was making the list, the reason why he's not top 10 is because he's not going to be top 15 or top 20. He's just not a ZimHipHop act anymore.
Exactly.
And we have to accept that. Music,
Yeah.
I know, I don't do nothing.
I can't say anything.
But it's just not hip hop anymore, and that's okay. You know what I mean? I think.
So why was your issue?
Hey.
I do. I also
Like, I know in music, and Arakeli na Tory Lanez, but that's the music he's making. It dies like that.
Music will Jerry.
I didn't mean it like that.
Shout out Tyler Lloyd,
Of all the artists you could have given.
Tory Lanez and R. Kelly, and that's crazy. But
Why was he saying that?
Actually, no, but Chikuru be United is funny.
Okay, what was your issue?
Just don't know about you,
What was your issue?
shots. Huh?
Yeah.
I also
We
don't.
might-
I
Hey.
also don't know if I would have Michael Mags. I mean, not Michael Mags. I don't know if I would have pro beats ahead of people like ASAP or IC.
What
or
did
Sun.
ASAP make this year?
No, but that's not the point. That's not the point. My point is. Wait.
Like, I know the EP is coming,
Yeah.
but right now, what has ASAP done?
Exactly.
No, but I'm just saying, like Pro Beats is not really a ZimHipHop act.
Because he says it's not hip hop.
Yeah, because he says it's
No,
not
we
hip-hop.
decide if it is hip
No,
hop or
hip-hop
not.
is the culture.
Yeah.
No,
Hip-hop is the culture.
We decide. He
Hip-hop is
doesn't
the
decide,
culture.
bro.
And
Guys.
rap is the actual music, man.
Hey, bro.
And this is the top 10 hip-hop artists right now. It's not just about rap music.
This don't see them.
Can-
bro.
I am.
You
Because
can't say that.
I've got a yellow
You can't
card
say
for
that.
Dennis Oaks. Because it's too
But
much.
to be fair, my minute is up anyway.
Dennis says Superstar is hip hop, but Pro Beats
Okay,
is
guys,
not
we're
making
missing
hip
the
hop.
point. Let's talk about the pyramid.
No,
now.
no,
Let's go back to the pyramid.
No, yellow card.
My minute is finished, bro. My minute is finished.
No, not for
I
a
said
minute.
it
You're
out.
done for the segment.
I said it out.
Oh, fair.
Okay, to the pyramid, you were saying.
No, I think Young Gemini doesn't make the pyramid.
I don't think so
The
either.
only question is who else makes it?
Denim Woods.
Come on.
Done.
Denim was done.
5 minutes.
Denim was
All right, up next is Picks of the Week with Twitter user Josh.
But why are we talking about like Elon Musk no guy and everything? Like, how do you mean? But anyway, yeah. So picks of the week is basically the songs that we think you should listen to. Could be for new songs, it could be like old music. But the point is, people just develop a better appreciation of ZimHipHop, where we've come from and whatever. So this week, even it's our first episode, we're gonna look at the songs that I think define what ZimHipHop is. You know, the songs that have set the record, and they've essentially been the blueprint for what we have, and the songs that we have now, which are also going to define ZimHipHop tomorrow, right? So one of the songs is I Salute You by Kingpin. Yeah. And then we have Sin City, Syndicate,
Aura, is that a song or no?
The title song on that album. And then we have Gordo from Stana. And when I think about songs from back then, that defines ZimHipHop. And then we move on to the next generation, so to say, where we have 10 Diamonds Happy, MMT's Stories with the remix, The Realness with a Few Kings, Rakanaka, Simba Tags, Bashupi, that era. And Dori actually, I think, is the blueprint for Fire Emoji and all of these other tunes that we have today, the remix.
Yeah, not so much.
And then we move on to the next tier sort
60
of.
seconds.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
okay.
But go on.
Can I have like 20, 30 seconds?
All right,
let's
go. All right, let's go.
Okay.
Go.
And then once we move from that era, we then have like the Takuras, the Malasta Portse, Sokoma Temai. We move on to like Shamariangu, Voltz, Under Pressure, Saintfloew, the Cultures, the Zisema Kumavunde, Peanut Butter, Tiny Moods, Panepa Jecha K-Flow, Delilah, Holyten, Mukuru, and Michael Max. I think that list, if you follow through the time, it's those are like the trendsetters of what ZimHipHop is, so to say.
Holyten umfarira?
I don't know him that.
But that was the audible one.
As a feature with Delilah.
No, but you know, no.
Like
let me justify it. There's a song that I actually left out, right? That's actually the blueprint for Ndaremera, which is Tongo Ghana, Junior Brown's Tongo Ghana.
Yeah.
Right? But Delilah, I don't like Holyten. Right?
I think Pressure is bigger than.
I'm not saying I'm not saying Delilah
Pressure is
song,
definitely a bigger song.
but I'm not saying Delilah is the bigger song. I'm saying Delilah is the blueprint for what ZimHipHop will sound like 5 years from now. When people think ZimHipHop 5 years from now, Delilah is gonna be the blueprint, and I'm telling you. That's what I think.
It's just a song.
Holyten is great music. Delilah is his watershed moment. And
listen, bro,
but like, look at it.
5 years from now, hip-hop is gonna be more of Django Loco, Malcolm Mufone,
no,
and them lyrical niggas, bro. Like
Zimbabwean hip-hop is
people
never
are
gonna be
adapting
like that.
to lyricism more than just
we're gonna keep
Zimbabwean's lyricism.
Where people adapting to
when you and your homies listen to
when this thing
music,
started, bro,
doesn't mean
that 23 follow.
That's
like,
you and your homies, bro.
Spotify.
How many does he have now?
600 followers on
How
Spotify.
many does Holyten?
People were criticizing
but that's fine. That's fair. But let me tell you.
Okay,
let me explain something.
Bro, everyone was against that line, huh? That just shows that lyricism is taking over.
It's not taking over. But let me tell you something.
No, bro.
There's always been a market for lyricism in lyrical rap in Zimbabwe. But it's never going to be the main market.
It is.
No. There's
even
if you go back, Cynic is one of the best lyricists in this country.
Bro.
He was never the top artist in this country. Like, we've had lyricists for years. The Sokoma Temais have been lyrical.
Yeah, man.
We've had lyricists for a long time. But Zimbabwean market doesn't.
Bruh, we don't like lyricism. That's what we're doing.
That's all we need.
That's what we're doing. Lyricism, walk to the savannah.
But are there any songs really that you think have been like defining for
Daremero. That it changed the landscape, not just like it completely changed the landscape.
It didn't really change the landscape. It's just,
it did.
Wait, it's just that there was Zimbabwean Lives Matter at the time, and he dropped Daremero.
And so I'm saying it just coincided. There's music like that prior to that song.
As well as Sandakita. Wakataura namo zvokuti ndichichema instead of ndichijamba. It's just that's the thing.
Was a big tune though.
All the people who all the top 6 artists according to his list have made their name by making songs Zikuchema.
Exactly.
That's what big. That's what we relate to.
Whatever.
That's what we relate to.
Even Bling4 we won't even get into.
Bagga is the whole EP about that.
Michael Max is Holyten. Like,
bro,
everyone there.
Bagga is even a whole EP.
Akusku chema. What's you gonna be like? Nyara, 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 and she's moaning, and you're like, nyara, nyara.
But
Alright, so moving on, we've got outside of hip hop. To name a few artists who've put out decent drops in the last month, we've got The Last Letter. I don't know if you guys listen to R&B like that, but she put
What is it,
out The Last Letter.
That's a name.
Yeah.
Okay.
She put out a dope single, Pray For Me, and she's got an EP coming out in January. Tafadzwa Madzika put out a dope single also.
Where do you even find these artists, dog? Like,
you need to listen to music, man.
This guy's already getting paid to feature his homies on this podcast.
imagine, bro.
It's not even like.
Okay, give us go further down the list of your friends.
Natio has got Cornerstone coming out.
Is that tomorrow?
Aishan has got Bundu Pop underrated.
Bundu Pop 2.
Underrated, yeah. Bundu Pop. Because you didn't give the first one what it deserved.
We didn't. Natio's project was fire.
That Asians thing was just ahead of its time.
Yeah.
That was.
And I think it's still ahead of that time now. Anyway.
Yeah.
So Natio, most interesting thing for me with Natio is there's like a group of like Zimbabwean artists that seem to have more than their numbers say. Natio's numbers are not crazy.
Yeah, they're
good
like,
numbers. Like he's got good numbers, right? But
you'd expect more.
He doesn't have Holyten numbers, for example. Holyten has higher numbers than Natio.
Holyten But I get what you mean. Yeah.
Voltz has better numbers than Natio. Like if
are you serious?
I promise you. It only takes you going to
check the Spotify.
No, go check.
Check right now. Check
we have 5
Wi-Fi guy.
We don't
check
have 5 minutes. No, go check.
Spotify.
You guys can continue. Let me try
Spotify right now.
My thing is, his numbers have never reflected the level of artist that he's supposed to be.
But he's like the top 5.
Do you know another guy who's
artists.
like that?
He's like top 5 out. Brian K.
Brian K's
numbers. We're shifting from a conversation.
No, I get it, but it's outside of hip hop, right?
Brian
K's numbers don't reflect how big an artist he is.
Is he that big?
I think Brian K is a big artist.
I mean, he is definitely that good, but is he that big?
Can I chip in?
Yeah.
In terms of Natio and Voltz, I think the point Dennis is trying to drive is currently Voltz is with more clout than Natio. Because Natio has had a spell since Mustard Seed, and up to now there hasn't been much of the hits coming from
definitely.
Okay, so in terms of
listeners, what are the hits on Mustard Seed?
Okay, but
hold on.
And the numbers. Power.
Josh has the numbers.
Peter Pan is also like a big one. But anyway,
Peter Pan doesn't have a million views.
In terms of no, it doesn't have, but it's a good song.
In terms of
listeners, Voltz has 40.3K on Spotify.
Yeah.
Natio is on 81K, 81.4.
Yeah, it's subtle.
Okay, so it's the YouTube numbers that I'm talking about.
Yeah,
but I definitely never considered that.
It's the Zano numbers you're talking about.
Okay, but okay, just to Natio, right? Talking about Natio and his upcoming project and things like that.
Yeah.
Where do you think he ranks in terms of like Zim dance, or like what's the view on that?
I think the background of the story would be the transition dancehall has taken since. Maybe in the late Soldier Love and other artists who were trying to bring out the homemade sound of dancehall. So that evolution has separated Natio from the rest of the
other
guys. Yeah. So currently they are saying they are doing Afro dancehall, separating themselves from Zim dancehall, what we traditionally know from like Silent Killer, Dopa Dawn, Blood, and the likes.
If you listen to Freeman and Natio, you can tell that they are doing Afro dancehall instead of the sound and a Silent Killer and others are doing.
So you could say they ran away from dancehall because they couldn't maybe match the standard.
No, but I know. Okay.
No. First of all, these guys are bigger than most of the Zim dancehall acts. Natio and Freeman. But listen. You're talented, you guys. See, it's mostly opinion. Who you think is good and who I think are good are two different things. But when you're talking about Natio and Freeman, those guys are bigger then maybe all the Zim dancehall acts except for Killer T and Toki Vibe and Wingy D, and maybe you could add Toki Vibe to that. Outside of hip-hop, since you guys want to make me the political guy, let's have a political conversation. Go Andy Tshabangu decided to recall CCC. You guys are CCC supporters, I'm assuming. So Andy said ZimHipHop supporter. So you guys are CCC supporters.
You've come out and you said it.
No.
Ungori part of podcast could Tisaro.
Okay, so no, as far as this whole Tshabangu thing
as far as it goes, what's your take? What's your initial take from?
No, I really Zimbabwean politics broke my heart, and I've been keeping a distance.
Broke your heart when?
Yeah, that's a CCC guy.
One and 6 my elections.
Broke my heart. That's a CCC guy.
One and 6 my elections.
If he was a ZimHipHop guy, he'd be celebrating.
Let me actually count how many times I've voted. I've voted like 3 times. And I'm in Palio. I'm a Palio.
What about a referendum? Can I about a referendum? Watch him there.
No, but for me, I move like.
You're not about it.
I'm not informed enough on this whole thing to make a comment on it, to be very honest.
Taku, how do you feel about it?
I think from the latest update I've heard, the Tshabangu guys are now losing grip on the whole thing since Nelson unveiled the constitution. So they are now in the open whether Tshabangu is using the MGCA constitution or the CCC constitution.
Do you say MDCA?
Yes.
Which one is that?
Alliance.
Oh, right.
The MDC Alliance, which was before CCC came to life. Tshabangu angaine bosisi kuti vane congress yake president Babugweru
for MDCA.
Exactly.
Which Nelson didn't participate as well.
Because Tshabangu said CCC is just MDCA that changed names. So, but that would be back. Why are your lips shaking, bro? Why are your lips shaking?
But is there a feeling that obviously you may have just followed, like I said, I'm apolitical, but I follow what's going on. Is there like a feeling? Whoever gives me caps, I actually asked Fadzima for caps. She hasn't given me yet. But
I don't pay the kids after this to promote.
But
you're saying,
but the point
does she follow you?
No, she unfollowed me actually.
Yeah, because
she unfollowed me. she unfollowed me because do you remember the day that people were talking about the avocado?
Oh, but she was wrong for that one. Bro.
So I agree. So, but in fact, I don't necessarily agree. I agree with her. I think it makes sense that if you're walking through the door and your boss is walking through that door, you show some respect and you let them through. And that's what she was saying. These guys are not being like you barging through the avocado.
But wait. It seemed classist because I get that,
but she's right.
She's right.
Generally, yeah.
She's generally the principle that she was.
But my avocado
avocado. So do you know what I said on the day? I was like, do you know the thing with Fadzi is I know that she understands social media well enough.
Yeah.
To know that this is the wrong thing to say. I actually agree with her, but this is the wrong thing to say.
Then she blocked you. She unfollowed you.
No, she unfollowed me, but I think it was like a manager or something. Because me and her are cool.
Kamanga's has the Twitter account.
Yeah, and that's what
yeah, maybe she didn't know. Yeah. But she follows me.
Shout out ZimHipHop. Jokes, man.
Shout out Triple C, bro.
Yeah. But yeah, like also just getting on to talking about what we're trying to do with this podcast. Shout out Taku joining us, basically our guest for today. But what we're trying to do is we talk about music all the time.
Yeah.
And we're always going to talk about music, but I think we want to get to a point where we can get a sort of central position for people to be like, okay, I want to know what's happening with Zim music.
Yeah.
This is the place where I can go, and this is the place where people will tell me what's happening with Freeman, but also tell me what's happening with Holyten, but what's happening with Job Praise or etc. So we'll try and keep those updates coming as much as we can. As you can tell, it's a segment product.
Exactly, man. Exactly.
So we're not trying to over talk for too long.
We don't have the time even.
Yeah. Like I mean, most of the guys are nominated, and we just have Josh, but you should follow Josh too. Like I mean, I know he's not nominated, but you're a major personality.
Yeah.
Tammy sang songs for you.
You know what I mean?
He's not a major personality.
He's just Josh. He's just
my social life. Like
my socialite. And a boss to me.
Wishes to be exactly. Like what I don't go zikama, but I don't like my personality. That's what, but
exactly.
But like you're gonna get to know a lot about all of us controllers and outside, because I don't turn measure politics. But
he's too young for politics.
But we'll talk about a whole bunch of issues. It'll be a great place. We have a playlist that you can find on Apple Music.
Yeah, man.
Spotify.
I mean, the playlist is like 5 songs from each of us, and forgive Dennis for his 5 selection, because it's probably going to be Holyten, but I mean, the rest of us have good music taste.
We'll also probably have a YouTube one as well, because there's like a lot of ZimHipHop that's not on. The newer DSPs.
It's just it's just on YouTube.
But it's essential that you guys listen to it, and it just gives you a perspective regarding where ZimHipHop has been and where we're going and things like that. Also, Beef, invite us, awards. This is a nomination. Taf and Control Live nominations, but me and Tenny say, Beef, please.
Even Taco has nominations, bruh.
Oh yeah, congratulations.
You're not pushing. I'm still pusher.
But now I'm pusher, but please, guys, I'm going to point out the media card. No one do next area. Like, come on.